A spacecraft in 1965 flew over the Sahara Desert with James McDivitt and Edward White seeing something on the ground. In the middle of the desert was a structure that one cannot believe. It appeared as a giant human eye with a perfect iris-like pupil in the center. Welcome back to Elevate Empire. This eye-shaped formation is 265 kilometers long and 70 kilometers wide, covering an area of over 18,500 square kilometers. To put this in perspective, this area is large enough to fit 30 cities like Mumbai and 5 cities like Karachi. The pupil, which is perfectly round, has a diameter of 40 kilometers. Only observable from space is this odd and inexplicable construction that people call Eye of the Sahara, or simply Richat structure. One could think at first sight to be some asteroid impact result, but nothing like this has ever been found to support that assumption. In fact, no trace of the impact itself, neither in a crater of considerable size. To date, no one knows exactly where this strange and round, perfectly spherical structure in the middle of the desert came from. Historians have pointed out, however, that the Eye of the Sahara bears some resemblance to the maps of the lost city of Atlantis. According to several ancient maps, Atlantis was shown as a highly advanced civilization with cities built in rings, each connected by bridges with water flowing beneath them. The shape of the Eye of the Sahara closely resembles these descriptions of Atlantis. Regarding its location, the Greek historian Herodotus, around 2,500 years ago, included a city called Atlantis in the western part of Africa in his world map. If we match this map with today's world map, the location of Atlantis aligns with the Richat structure. Moreover, around 2,000 years ago, the Roman geographer Pomponius Mela also wrote about a city called Atlantis in his world map, and if oriented correctly, this map shows the location of Atlantis in the northwestern part of the Sahara, corresponding to the location of the Eye of the Sahara. If looked at from the ground, the rings of the Richat structure are so enormous it is impossible to realize what their real scale would look like. Although no one has discovered any sign of human civilization in this location that goes back 12,000 years, no such feature has ever been discovered elsewhere around the globe. It therefore remains a mystery to this day for science. Apart from the Richat structure, there are many more secrets hidden in the Sahara Desert. The African Sahara always reminds us of scorching heat, endless sand dunes, and unbearable temperatures. However, the Sahara Desert, which is dry and barren today, has seen a green period in Earth's history. The Sahara is as large as the entire United States or Europe, covering 9 million square kilometers. It covers parts of 11 countries and is continuously expanding, growing by 10% every 100 years. But how did all this sand come to be? The White Desert in Egypt, which looks like an Arctic region during the day, is one of the most stunning parts of the Sahara. The white sand and the limestone formations create an illusion that someone intentionally shaped them. However, millions of years ago, this area was the bottom of an ocean, Tethys Ocean, about 250 million years ago. During the reign of the dinosaurs, Tethys Ocean existed where the Sahara Desert is today. Over millions of years, the ocean's weight caused a layer of limestone to form at the bottom. When the ocean eventually dried up, the winds began eroding the limestone layer, creating the White Desert. The same process explains the formation of the sand in the whole Sahara, where limestone turned into white sand, and sandstone formed orange sand. Interestingly, the Sahara Desert wasn't always this dry. Fossils of plants and trees found in the sand indicate that in the past, the Sahara's conditions were very different. About 2.6 million years ago, during the last ice age, the Earth began to cool and glaciers started forming. According to geologists, this was the beginning of the fifth major ice age in Earth's history, and in this period, the regions near the equator, including Africa, became much colder. While the rest of the world was covered with thick layers of ice, the Sahara was lush and full of life. Thousands of miles of green meadows and rivers flowed through it, and if it were around today, the Sahara's largest lake would be the biggest in the world. The region was inhabited by various animals typically found in rainforests, and early humans, called ancestral humans, also migrated here in large numbers. Compared to the rest of the world, the greenery of the Sahara once supported life. Here, agriculture could be done, animals could be reared, and the climate was amenable to human living, similar to that of Europe at present. This ice age, spanning approximately 2.5 million years, started to end around 11,000 years ago. The mean temperature of Earth, which was minus 60 degrees Celsius, started to rise, and the thick ice sheets began to melt. In time, even the ice sheets over the oceans started melting slowly. The Sahara was constant in its life conditions for a period of several thousand years. Nature, however, thought that it was time to recover the greenery of the Sahara around 4000 BC, which was nearly 6,000 years ago. Since then, the green meadows disappeared from sight, and the winds took this sand beneath and scattered them all over the place. Millions of years back, lush green Africa can still be seen in the world's longest river, the Nile. The 6,695-kilometer-long river starts in Uganda from South Africa, passes the Sahara, and eventually meets the Mediterranean Sea in Egypt. When North Africa transformed into a desert, then its early inhabitants did not even know the source of the Nile River. Because of this, ancient Egyptians began worshipping the Nile as the sacred river, whose source was unknown. Even today, several expeditions have been undertaken to discover the origin of the Nile. The river passes through 11 countries and is only 200 meters shorter than the Amazon River. In Africa, with each ice age, milder conditions emerged, which could be used for human dwelling. Unlike any other place, Arctic conditions never developed here. Hence, it became a place of human habitation. As a result, evidence of ancient civilizations has been found in Africa, which supports the theory that human civilization began here. In November 1974, the oldest human skeleton was found in Hadar, Ethiopia. This 40% complete skeleton is an astonishing 3.2 million years old, dating back 32 million years. Many religious texts also point to Africa as the cradle of humanity, and scientific evidence supports this view. In the Ende Plateau in the Sahara Desert lies a secret garden that is a paradise for nomads in the hot dunes. For thousands of years, this place served as a resting place for caravans crossing the Sahara. The camels drink water from the place, and for humans, it is a cooling cave. Ancient cave paintings inside these caves depicting cattle suggest that the Sahara was once much greener. Today, apart from camels, no other animals can survive here. Until 1940, African lions roamed the desert, but they have now vanished. Crocodiles still live near the water's edge in this hidden garden, though they are gradually disappearing. The secret of the mysterious stone, worn by the ancient Egyptian king Tutankhamun, also lies hidden in the Sahara. This natural glass stone was long believed to come from another world, but it was finally discovered to have originated in the Sahara. Thousands of such stones are scattered across the desert, especially in the Libyan part of the Sahara. Experts believe that an asteroid impact 30 million years ago melted the sandstone here, and the resulting lava cooled quickly to form glass stones. The sand of the Sahara, though seemingly useless for construction or productive purposes, plays a vital role in maintaining life in the Amazon rainforest. Every year, millions of tons of sand are blown by the wind across the ocean to South America. The phosphorus in the Sahara's sand helps maintain the phosphorus levels in the Amazon, which are crucial for plant life. Without this sand, new plants and trees in the Amazon would not grow. Finally, let's look at some surprising facts about the Sahara. Even though it is often termed to be the largest desert globally, it is, however, the third largest. Antarctica and the Arctic Desert take the first and the second positions, respectively. Sahara is the largest hot desert that occupies 9 million square kilometers. However, the dimension of the desert varies, since the sand either expands or compresses depending on the season. Only 25% of the Sahara is covered with sand. All the rest is rock. It has mountains. Sand dunes can grow to as high as 180 meters, and it boasts its highest point, being 3,415 meters high, Mount Kousi. Sometimes even this hottest desert in the world will get snow, and even it can get up to -6 degrees Celsius below the melting point. I hope you enjoy this video from Elevate Empire. Please like and share, and thanks so much for your beautiful comments. See you next in the next amazing video.